Andy's cat food control system, right now on Nova.
So my family has two cats, Sugar Paws and Allegra, and they're both very good cats, but Sugar Paws eats a lot more than Allegra does. So as a result, she's about 5 pounds heavier. Now, when we feed them in the morning, we give them each a quarter cup, and Sugar Paws will come along and eat her food, and then when she's done with her food, she'll start eating Allegra's food. And Allegra, maybe she nibbled on it a little bit, but then she just walked off because Allegra doesn't really care about food very much. So as a result, Sugar's getting way more food than she should. Now cats, as they get older, they become more sedentary, and our cats are about 9 years old now, so I'm really worried that as Shuggy becomes more sedentary, she's going to get really, really fat if she's eating that much food. So I'm wondering, what do I do about this? This is a big problem. I've been thinking about a variety of solutions, and one I've hit upon seems like a good idea. I'm going to build a cat feeder that allows a lighter cat to go in and eat food, but then if a heavier cat goes inside it, it'll close the lid on the food so the heavier cat can't eat any of it.
So here it is, I've got it all put together. It's working pretty well right now. At first, when I assembled everything, it didn't work very well because the sensors drifted around a bit and they were too touchy. And I actually ended up scaring off Allegra, the cat I want to be able to eat the food, because the servo started jiggling around a bunch. So that wasn't good, but I think I've got it all fixed now.
Okay, so to start with, here's the scale. The scale has 2 pressure sensors right here. One right here and one down here. And it's also got this board sitting on springs right here. So when I press down on the board, at first, it doesn't touch the little pressure sensor feet right here. It doesn't, so the pressure sensors don't feel anything at all. And the reason for that is if I had the pressure sensors just touching the ground directly, the weight of the cats would be it would be outside their range. So I wouldn't get a very clear signal. That was one of the issues I was having with my first iteration. So when I press on this, at first it doesn't touch the feet on the pressure sensors, but then eventually gets down there and hits them. And another improvement I made over the first iteration was, the first iteration there was some noise with the signal and it was causing the servo to bounce around a bit. But right now, when I press down, it waits a little bit to make sure that the signal it's receiving isn't noise, then it closes. Okay, so the next component is the food flap. So all that is just a big disc attached to a servo motor down here. So the third part of the system is the Arduino controlling everything right here. And on top of the Arduino, I've got this little homemade shield breadboard with all the components soldered to it. It's very simple. All it is just the hookup for the servo and the wires out to the scale, and then the power supply right here. I don't have it, I just have it plugged into the computer right now, so that's why I'm not using this. Very straightforward. Only components on the circuit board are just these pull-down resistors for the pressure sensors. So now Allegra can eat her food. And Sugar Paws can't steal it.